I suppose, Coach was kind of worried about, I think, turnovers and them getting out and running, so I think probably ball handling. A lot of responsibility was put on your guys' shoulders today.
Yeah, they averaged, I think they said 24 points off turnovers. In one game they got 42 points off turnovers. So that was definitely a big emphasis that they placed onto us. But, we've played against teams like Kansas who get right up in you. So, we have had some games where we've had, people right up in us. So that was, but it was still, they were still tough, little guards up there.
And with their full court pressure, do you think that kind of dwindled when the fact that they kind of got into a little foul trouble at the end of the first and at the end of the second?
Yeah, we noticed how they were kind of back on their heels, and that allowed us to get to the rim or get some pull-ups and stuff. So that definitely helped. Anytime you can get a team that gets in foul trouble, they're gonna, even a team as aggressive as they were, they have to back off.
And how do you think kind of you guys were able to rebound from a Creighton game, which you guys kind of thought that you should have won that game, and then you guys came in here and played not perfect today, but you played well enough against Wichita State today?
Obviously, like you said, losing that Creighton game was a tough one for us, but we knew we had Wichita State come to town, and there's two ways you can respond to a loss. You can get down on yourselves and pout about it, or you can come back even hungrier to get the next win, and we knew that we had to just do everything we could to get that win, all it took.
And we're going on a long road trip, and we definitely wanted to leave the dome 2-1, not 1-2. That was nice.
You got to be feeling pretty good about taking 2 of these 3 games, huh?
Yeah, especially against a MVC team, and then we play one on Tuesday. So.
And so, where does this rank, maybe Annie, in games you've played here? And Alexis, not a whole lot, but looking through this transitional period, where does this one sit?
It's really fun to bring quality Division I opponents into the Dakota Dome and get to play in front of our home crowd and that kind of thing. So it ranks really high. Anytime you can get a Division I win on your home floor, it feels really good. So.
And how much confidence does this give you guys going into sort of your 2-game road trip, and then after that you guys come home? How does that kind of give you guys that boost going down to Northern Iowa?
I think it shows all of our, we have a young team, and it shows all of our girls that we're capable of playing against, Wichita State or Santa Clara's. And although we lost a Creighton game, it was 8 or 9 point game, and that was a really close one. We felt that maybe if some things would have gone our way, we could have even pulled out of the win there. But it just gives us kind of like a confidence boost. Being a young mid-major team, trying to rise in the ranks of other Division I teams.
And Alexis, when you hit that 3-pointer, I think probably 25 feet. Were you guys just feeling really? Did you think about it? Maybe when it was in the air, maybe I should have done that, or were you guys just feeling really confident today?
I think we were just feeling it out there. We'd gotten some assists, and we're running up and down the court, and it, let it fly, I guess. So.
And Jody really kind of took it to their center this game. How much credit do you give her for playing that well and having it was like 7 or 8 block shots?
Boss is awesome down there.
Yeah.
We kind of get used to it because we play with her every day, but teams really have a hard time scoring down low with Jody down there, and Amber too. If you get beat on defense, they're down there to help, and they really limit the post play of other teams. So we really appreciate all the work they do down there.
I know, I look behind me and the ball's coming down. I'm like, good job, Jody.
Well, it's pretty amazing. Hey, Amber has a pretty good reputation as a shot blocker, and to add Jody, that's 2.
Well, they'll both be on the all-time career list by the time they graduate, so it's really awesome for us to have them both in there at the same time.
Yeah. They're a big presence on offense, and then, defensively, it's, I don't like to go up against 6'5" and 6'1" athletic Hagee, So it's definitely a intimidation factor, and I thought Boss played great down there, especially she moved her feet. The girl, they wanted fouls, and, she kept her feet and about 8 times, so it's great.
And if there was one thing that you guys could have fixed in this game, what do you think that one thing would have been?
I would say we take better care of the basketball and execute, especially in the first half. When Amber was out, we had a little trouble there for a while scoring. So offensively, I think we could have taken care of the basketball and maybe just connected on our shots a little better. But defensively in that first half is what really kept us in it when Amber was in a little foul trouble. So yeah.
I just think we gutted out a win tonight. The bottom line, I think it was a game that they proved to be pretty disruptive because of their defensive pressure. It was hard to get some flow going offensively, but I tell you, we got stop after stop tonight, and I think defensively is where we won that game.
And points were kind of hard to come by in that first half, and in that second half, what sort of things did you guys try to do differently?
I don't know. I don't know if we did a whole lot differently. We got really good shots that first half. We did. We got good looks at the three-point line. We had some pull-ups, and we had some post opportunities. We just didn't make them. So I thought our execution was solid. 8 turnovers in the first half. We'll take that. Second half, I think we just, I think we played through the post a little bit. We had Amber on the floor a little more in that second half, and that really helps our offense, and it helps everybody. So I think we didn't change much from first half to second half. I think maybe the ball just went in a little more, and we got to the foul line more. I think our kids were a little more aggressive, especially when we got in the bonus. I thought we were fairly tough with the basketball against a team that really is. They're like sharks in bloody water after that ball if it's floating around. They're quick, and they caused some havoc tonight. But our kids were tough for most part.
And the way the game started with the first 5-10 minutes, you guys were making stops, and you guys were hitting the occasional shot. I mean, and that kind of continued, but you had to be feeling really good at that point.
Yeah,
with that, this was the way you want. Was that the way you wanted to do it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I thought we started the game well, and I thought we finished just the same way we started. We knew we were going to have a hard time guarding their penetration tonight. Those kids can get in the lane, and they use the ball screens really well. Our ball screen defense was outstanding tonight. And then if they did get by us, they got to meet Jody Boss. And Jody was exceptional once again, the 7 blocks, and she altered a lot of shots as well. There were a couple of times late in the game where they turned the corner and they missed some shots, some easy ones. They crotched one. They hit one off the backboard a little bit too hard, and they just knew Jody was, I think, in the area. Her presence is so important to us when she guards like she's capable of guarding.
And your ball handlers, I mean, you had to be pretty pleased with Alexis and Roche, and then Case when she was in there. And
I think all of our guards did a really nice job because they've got quickness. They're hard to get around. They're fast twitch kids where they jump quick. They're hard to throw over, especially when we didn't have Amber in the game. Amber's really good as she's a press breaker machine because she can throw over people. And we didn't have that so much when we subbed her, we had to sub her out. But Roche, Case, Yackley, Caitlin Edwards, and Tempest did a nice job. Sammy Merritt just did a nice job of handling the pressure. Did we turn it over at times? Absolutely. But you're going to. That's a team that averages 24 points off of turnovers. Tonight, 15. And that was a huge difference in the game.
And how do you think you guys responded after your guys' 9-point loss to Creighton the other night?
I thought we responded really well. I thought we responded with the mentality we're going to do whatever it takes to make sure we get this victory. And we did. We were obviously, I think in all the toughness categories, we were good. And that's what we talk about, the 50-50 basketballs. We seemed to get a lot of those tonight. We had really good rebounding position all night. We just had a tough mentality. So our kids responded really, really well. Proud of them for that.
As far as wins during this transition, your 3 years here, where does this one sit?
It's a good win. I mean, I haven't really thought about it. I mean, Wichita's a good team. It's just a good win for us, and Upper Iowa was a good win for us too. Yeah. I mean, a win's a win. I tell you what, I can go home smiling.
And but it's got to feel pretty good, you know, taking 2 out of these 3 games here.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, we had a 4-game homestand and going 3-1, and really, I think played well in all of them. You know, even the Creighton game, the 1 loss. Perhaps we played our best game against Creighton. They just had to play out of their tail to beat us, I think. And so, but we won a couple of different ways. At Santa Clara, we were pretty clean and executed, and just real solid basketball. And then tonight, we just found a way. We just gutted one out. So you got to win that way sometimes.